and welcome to the International Desk. I'm Hannah Vaughan-Jones in London. We start with new developments on the Korean Peninsula, raising already simmering tensions even further. These are live pictures from the United Nations, the Security Council meeting this hour in an emergency session. South Korea says the North is preparing to test fire another long-range ballistic missile, just days after it claimed to test a hydrogen bomb. And Pyongyang is now issuing grave new threats to the United States, singling out the island of Guam. Our senior UN correspondent Richard Roth joins me now from the United Nations. Richard, so many people weighing in on this already, all with different ideas of how it could work out. What are the prospects for any agreement?
Well, it's not going to happen today.
Paula Hancox is live in Seoul for us now. Paula, we'll talk about these military drills from the south in a second. But first of all, I understand there has now finally at least been a phone call between the South Korean president and the US president. Why the delay?
That's right, Hannah. That was supposed to take place about 15 minutes ago, and in theory could be going on still right now.
Will Ripley is in Tokyo for us now. Will, we were just hearing from Paula Hancox in Seoul there saying that right now we understand that President Trump might be on the phone talking to President Moon of South Korea. But the Japanese have been very quick in their negotiations, discussions with the US. Tell us more about what's been said so far.
It's really remarkable, Hannah, that President Trump, since the nuclear test on Sunday, has had two conversations with Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
You are just watching live comments there from the United Nations Security Council, an emergency session called on North Korea in the light of the recent missile launches from Pyongyang. Let's bring in our Richard Roth now, our UN correspondent who's been listening to what the representatives have been saying so far. Richard, Nikki Haley, the US representative to the United Nations, very strong condemnation from what we've seen from North Korea, saying that the country is begging for war. Are you surprised by her rhetoric?
No, it's been strong the moment she walked in the door in February.
Well, the Trump administration is hoping it can pressure China into doing more to rein in North Korea, but it's not clear China is willing to do anything more than it's already done. Professor Steve Tsang is a China expert based in London and joins me now via Skype. Professor, thank you for joining us on the International Desk. We are, of course, waiting to hear from the Chinese representative at the United Nations, and we'll cross over to that as soon as we get it. But in the meantime, this rhetoric from the United States suggesting that there could be some kind of a trade ban or a cut in trade with China, is that at all realistic?
Well, this is something that the Chinese government will think very hard about.
So just how serious, then, is the North Korean nuclear threat? CNN's international diplomatic editor Nick Robertson discussed that question with the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Nick joins me now from Vienna in Austria. Nick, the nuclear watchdog, if you like, the IAEA, will have been monitoring North Korea for some time. Do they think now that this is a pivotal moment, that something has shifted and therefore a different response is required?
Certainly, the Director General, Yukio Amano, absolutely believes that. He believes that the North Korean threat has gone from being a regional issue to being a global threat of grave concern.